wish and I wish and I...
Good morning, PHS. My name is Chris.
And I'm Ryan, and I'd like to welcome you to this week's broadcast of Peninsula News.
This week's broadcast is brought to you by the Peninsula Outlook. Thank you so much for all of your support and providing us with the stories for our broadcast.
If any club or class would like to sponsor our broadcast, please give us a reply to the email which we sent to the teachers later this period.
All right, as many of you already know, coronavirus has been the spotlight of public attention for the last few weeks. Because of its threats, the Peninsula School District has issued their own information regarding this virus.
For the time being, PSD will keep all students or all schools open. The only caveat to this is that in case of a COVID-19 outbreak in the school district, schools and other events will be canceled for several days of disinfection.
Peninsula School District does urge parents to find alternative childcare arrangements for your children in case of school closure. They will also tell us to stay home if we are feeling sick. We will have a link to the PSD update page in the description below if you have any other questions.
So for anyone watching this broadcast who might be under the age of a freshman, aka an 8th grader, there is an information meeting on Wednesday, March 18th in the auditorium at 6 p.m.
This meeting will help you with getting your student registered and will answer any questions you have about classes and other programs offered here at Peninsula High School. If you have any questions about that, please contact the counseling office.
So just as a quick update on Mr. Peninsula activity, it has been moved to Friday, April 3rd. No, this is not an April Fool's joke, despite the fact it is on the week of April 1st.
All right, I've got some good stuff planned for that, my friend.
What you got?
Well, I guess you're just going to have to be there and find out.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried about that now.
Oh, you should be. Okay.
Yes. So this Saturday was the Spring Fling Dance or Spring Formal, whichever one you want to call it.
I know I sure had a great time there, and I hope you all did too. Thank you to everyone who went to the dance and helping out and making it an unforgettable experience.
Unforgettable indeed. So the DECA Club has become eligible to participate in the state championship. And what is DECA Club? It is for students to learn valuable leadership skills and prepare emerging entrepreneurs for college and the workforce.
Next week, we will have the results of their performance and possibly a few interviews of some of the participants. So get ready.
Okay, now we have Peninsula Sports. So, well, Chris, the tryouts are over, and now it's time for the teams to practice. Practice. Yes.
All spring sports
Okay.
have practice at some point after school. Meets and competitions will not start until next Tuesday when the JV baseball team plays O-Day for the first game of the season. So get ready, everyone, for a fun spring of competitive sports.
So, this week is Classified Staff Appreciation Week. What does this mean, you ask? This isn't your normal staff appreciation week like thanking your teachers, but rather it is for people like office staff and the lunch ladies and custodial staff.
Some ways you can show appreciation are to thank the lunch ladies for feeding the whole school and be a little bit cleaner throughout the week to give the janitors a break. And say thank you to the office staff whenever you see them.
They all do so much for us, and they deserve some thanks all the time.
All right. In recent news, Russia.
What's going on in Russia, Chris?
Well, that's all I should need to say for you to understand, but I guess I could tell you a little more. If you are unfamiliar, there is a website called the SCP Foundation that openly acts as a community-driven writing project and pretend government agency.
Cool, but what does the name stand for?
The agency's name stands for Secure, Contain, Protect, and supposedly is in place to secure anomalous or unexplainable objects and creatures. The website is run off of Creative Commons, a kind of copyright that allows others to use stories as long as credit is due towards the author.
How popular is this website, Chris?
Currently, the website has thousands of community stories of strange creatures, almost entirely being creepy. Along with all the nightmare fuel it's created, it's also spawned and influenced many video game creators, like major titles such as Boneworks and Control, and Netflix movie titles such as Bright and Chronicle.
All right, that's kind of cool, Chris, but what does Russia have to do with this?
Well, a Russian guy by the name of Andrei Duskin is trying to take over the entire Russian branch of this website just to sell his own merchandise. He's already succeeded in taking down the website's social media and other sellers of SCP merchandise. And the worst part, he's all doing this through a loophole: Russia government corruption and copyright trouble in different countries. In short, bribes and poorly transferred copyright laws from one country to the next.
Wow, that was a lot of information to actually take in, Chris. Thank you for keeping me in the loop about what's going on in the world.
Does that make any sense to you?
No, but okay.
All right, moving on. It's no problem, yeah. Did you know there will be no school on Friday?
This is something I actually did know about. This is an in-service day for staff. This means that there will be no students at the school, but there will still be teachers and staff members here at the school. So don't show up to your bus stop hoping that your bus will pick you up, because you're going to be waiting for a long, long time.
And that is for sure. And now, for a quick change of pace, here is Connor with the weather.
Thank you, Chris. For today, we have a high of 51 and a low of 32 with a 10% chance of rain, but overall it's expected to be pretty sunny. This theme of low amounts of rain is supposed to stay consistent throughout the week, but you never know. This script has gone through at least 4 revisions since Thursday. Tuesday through Friday is supposed to be a slippery slope with colder and colder temperatures, and the cold front ending on Friday with a high of 47 and a low of 36 and very rainy. From there, things are going to get warmer, but still stay mostly overcast. That was your Peninsula News weather. Now back to Ryan and Chris in the studio.
Broadcast is finally over. We have a broadcast recap for you.
Incoming freshmen, there is an information night on Wednesday, March 18th in the auditorium at 6 p.m.
Mr. Peninsula has been moved to April 3rd.
DECA Club is headed to state. We will have another feature for them next week.
For all spring sports, tryouts are over and it's time to prepare for the season. Games will start next Monday, the 16th.
This week is Classified Staff Appreciation Week. Be sure to thank the lunch ladies, the office staff, and the custodians for all of their hard work in keeping our school a clean and great place to come every day.
Shout out to everybody. Okay, there will be no school this Friday for students, but staff are still in service.
And for weather, today we've got a high of 50 and a low of 33 with a 30% chance of rain. And that just about wraps up this broadcast.
Thanks again to leadership in the Peninsula Outlook for their help. A link to the Peninsula Outlook will be in the description for anyone to check out some of their amazing stories on topics around the world.
Also, a huge thanks to the administration for being so open with this broadcast idea, as well as the staff for being so accommodating.
Behind the scenes, Harbor Ridge Falcon News has also done a ton for us. We'll have a link to their channel in the description as well.
Thanks again for watching.
We'll see you next time on
Peninsula News.
There you go.